Hi flower friends, it's Nicole from Flower Hill Farm, and today I'm going to give you a quick update on all of the seedlings that I have started in my basement here at the farm. Now we've been super busy this week at the nursery. We're getting things prepped. We have plants coming soon. We have a lot of little projects and some not so little projects to get done before the plants arrive. I'll bring you guys those updates. I have been documenting the process. I have a ton of video to share with you guys, but I'm going to need a few more days to put that together. Today's video though is all about the seedlings that I have in my basement, starting with Lisianthus. If you guys recall, I started my Lisianthus in my channel trays and I potted them up about a week ago. I still have a couple varieties to pot up. I kind of do one variety at a time, and it doesn't take me that long. I think it would take me about half an hour to do an entire 128 tray of Lisianthus. So let's go check out those down in the basement.
Enter my laboratory.
Let's shut this fan off because it's really loud, but it circulates the air in here. Okay, here is some of the Lisianthus. Now this is about 5.5 weeks old. You can see some of them are a nice decent size. If you see a little bit of orange on them, that is the cinnamon that I sprinkled. You could see right there, that's cinnamon. Smells delicious, but that helps with preventing algae growth on the trays. Not completely, because you can see I do have some algae growth. I might sprinkle some vermiculite on this as well. This, now let's see, this is the Roseanne Brown. Have my label on that side. This is 128 Roseanne Browns that I started from seed, and even the tiniest ones I was able to just pull right out of the channel tray. And here is another tray of, oh, I didn't finish this one. I didn't have enough to completely finish. So that is the other tray of Roseanne Brown Lisianthus. Some of these are looking really great, large and in charge. And here is, you can see how much algae growth this has. Here are the other ones that I have left to pot up. These are the ABC yellow and ABC white. And then over here, I have apricot to pot up. And when I pot them up, guys, I literally just pull them up. I have a video of doing this that I'll put in the description below. I did do the same thing every year, a couple years now. These are really gorgeous looking, look at that. Those are beautiful. 5.5 weeks old. You can see some are very small. This section here was, I think, Voyage Pink. I have barely any germination at all. There are maybe 20 plants in there. So I don't know what was wrong with this seed, but something was wrong with that seed. You can see these are beautiful. And then here I have, who are you? Oh, the Dublini White. Amazing. These ones are a little bit on the smaller side, but they are a Dublini, and Dublini does tend to produce a smaller seedling because the plants themselves are a wee bit smaller, but they all look good. Now this tray, I just took off the heat mat and under the lights because they were starting to stretch, but these are the poppies of my own seed that I just collected. Look at the amazing germination. This is obviously not a poppy, that's a stalk. So you can see all of the poppies that I sprinkled on this tray have started to germinate, and I'm gonna leave them underneath this cover for just a couple more days, and then I'll take the cover off, but they're looking great. Over here we have the stock that my grandfather started from seed the other day. These are snapdragons that I started, oh, I don't remember when. It's labeled, let's see. Right there, January 30th. Same thing with these. These are the red Delilah ones. They're one of my favorites. Here are more snapdragon seedlings. They're just little babies. This tray is starting to get dry. This is another stock tray that Grandpa started. And now look at these babies. I'm gonna be bringing these outside this week. These are the Ranunculus and Anemones that I have started in here, and they're super easy to break apart and just put in the ground. I'm gonna have to water these today. Now some of these are just starting to come up, and then some of them are amazingly lush and gorgeous. And here you have this tray. It did nothing. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 out of this entire, 5 of this entire tray of Marianne Blue. I did the same thing with everything, and those ones just kind of rotted right here. They're all squishy. Ugh, gross. Blech. Here are some of the Ranunculus, and these are ready to go out. These are definitely ready to go out. They're about the same size as they were last year. Would you look at this? This is like a piece of grass. There must have been some bird food or something. So yeah, we don't need grass in our Ranunculus. So I have amazing trays. I have 4 here, 4 there, and then over here I have even more. Now also over here I have the stock that Grandpa and I potted up the other day. And let's take a closer look. These are the stock babies. I'm gonna drop it. These are the stock babies and they look amazing. Here are the coleus babies that Grandpa sprinkled into this tray. They're getting to be big enough. I'm probably gonna transplant these into a 128 tray as well. More Ranunculus, more Ranunculus, more Ranunculus, and then those are the 2 trays that Grandpa started with stock. I also, oh look, 2 more trays of stock. Over here, move this bag. This is another tray of Dublini white Lisianthus. Obviously I didn't have enough to finish the tray, so I just leave it empty. I just trying to keep one variety to a container this year so I don't have any confusion. Over here is the Campanula. That's going outside this weekend. More Ranunculus down here. And then on the way bottom, I have some feverfew and then more stock. Remember guys, this is all stuff that's going in the hoop house. These stock babies are not going in the field. The only thing that's gonna be planted in my field that's in this basement right now is the Lisianthus. Everything else is planted in my hoop house, and I started those 4 to 6 weeks earlier than I would start anything else. Over the next several weeks, I'll be planting stuff for the field. This is all for the hoop house, with the exception of the Lisianthus. And the coleus. The coleus is not going anywhere. The coleus is going into pots, and I'm gonna sell that at the nursery. I am obsessed with all of this foliage. And this first foliage, this might all die. It might get damaged by the cold temperatures once they get out there, but new foliage will be born. And really, I am really just worried about the roots, and the roots look amazing. When I plant these, I just shimmy out. Look at that. I just shimmied it out. There might be 2 here. No, that's just 1. Anyway, this is what I'll be planting out probably during the week this week. We have unseasonably high temperatures this week. It's gonna be in the 50s a few days this week, which is insane. And the lows are in the 20s. We have a couple nights in the teens, but that's okay. You can double cover the Ranunculus. It'll be warmer inside the hoop house for sure, especially on sunny days. I am pumped about this. All right, putting it back. And that is why I like to grow these in the trays, because they're not root bound. The roots are allowed to be free flowing. I love them. Okay guys, I have to go back to the nursery. I'm headed there. My in-laws are meeting me there. We've been painting. Oh, here's a little sneak peek. This is basically, think forest, think woods. That's when you enter the greenhouse. Think plant therapy. That's what I wanted it to feel like. When you visit the Boone Street Nursery, I want you to feel like you're entering a plant spa, and you can come there for therapy. Anyway, so I have a really calming color on the walls, except the door color to enter the nursery, which it's probably gonna be open most of the time anyway, but I wanted it to be the most beautiful shade of green, because green is my favorite color, obviously. And that's why I chose a beautiful, rich, warm, inviting green door, and that is basically the vibe of the Boone Street Nursery, is just positive energy, calm space. The only thing that won't be calm at the Boone Street Nursery is me. My energy level is high. We were able to get the floor ready in number 1. I've got video of us doing that. And then more stuff today that we're gonna be doing is finishing a lot of the trim work in the front retail space. There's none of the windows were trimmed out, just a lot of little details. And I had a contractor come in this week to look at the floor to figure out how to level it out. So we have a lot of things, a lot of balls up in the air. The plants are coming. This week, my first shipment of bare root perennials is coming. I can't wait to go over that with you guys. I'll do an unboxing video. Lots of stuff to come. Lots of, oh, by the way, my mom is back in action. She couldn't stand it. She had to get it. Don't worry, she's 3 weeks post-surgery on her hip. We wouldn't really let her do anything. She sat and she painted a very small project, but she wanted to be involved still. So I'm excited for her to come back and get in on more of the painting action. We have a lot of staining to do, a lot of painting to do, a lot of woodwork to do, and then the irrigation needs to be replaced. I did get the irrigation in, and I bought new tabletops or benches for the nursery, the greenhouse number 1, and probably number 4. I did buy enough for number 1 and number 4, but those need to be built. So I will be showing you guys. And by no means is any of this tutorial. This is just me sharing what I'm doing. I'm making mistakes. I'm learning from them. I'm figuring it out. I'm basically Tim Allen if he had a greenhouse. We're just figuring it out. Anyway, I gotta head to the nursery and I will see you guys soon. I have so much to share. Thanks for sticking around. We'll see you soon. What the heck? I should have shot from this angle. The light's so much better from this side. The lighting, look at my face, how it changes. Ta-da! Traveling to the basement, to the basement, to the basement, traveling to the basement. Do-do-do-do-do-do. I have jellyfish.